What's poppin', YouTube? I hope we all having a wonderful, beautiful day today. I hope that everyone is just doing great. I have had a lot of fun within the past couple days. I've been trying to get footage. I recently was playing a lot of Arc Raiders, like for the past 2 days. They dropped their new update. You guys are gonna be seeing a video for me coming soon on that. I pretty much got done. No, not pretty much. I'm finished with all of the scrappy upgrades, and I am finished with all of my expedition, not expedition, but all of my workbenches. I finished all of them in a very short amount of time. I'm gonna be honest, it's a good feeling, like doing the wipe now. This is my second or third, no, second wipe, and it's like every time I'm doing this, it's getting a lot easier. But today we didn't come here to talk about Arc Raiders. We came to talk about Battlefield. And I wanted to kind of give an update on what I've been doing on Battlefield and kind of what's been going on with the state of the game for me personally, and more or less just an update video. I recently, not recently, but the last thing I did was get the badges done for the classes. I got my engineer badge finally. It was super easy to get the engineer badge comparing it to the recon badge from the last video you guys saw about me doing anything Battlefield related. I got the engineer badge literally in like a day, while the recon challenges took over a week to get finished, man. It was forever. But we got those done. All of the class badges are now done in the game. They I want to keep going, but it's hard. They're making it very damn near unplayable. It's like not fun, like at all. Like to get these some of these challenges done, especially with the initiation challenges, which is basically getting you to try out all of the different modes and features of the game. I have about like three more challenges on that section left, and I'm I'm dreading it. I'm honestly not having a good time with it because they want you to play the game modes like Gauntlet and the Battle Royale game mode, which obvious no one wants to play that, bro. Like no one's trying to play the Battle Royale mode, man. It's not a good time. It sucks. And like for me to get my 100%er done, I needed to do it, but I don't want to, and a lot of people don't want to. So I'm kind of just not stalling, but I'm taking my time with it. I'll say that. And I'm still trying to get enjoyment from Battlefield. Like I'll log on and go and try and fly in a helicopter and get, blown up real easy. And I'll try and be on the ground and I won't be able to see anyone. So I kind of just if I'm not having a good time, I'll log off, honestly, man. I'll get my hours in or an hour in and then get off because I realize I'm not having fun. I can go do something else and I'll edit a video, which is pretty much what's been going down. But I'm happy that I got my badges done because I was something that I was really working on. I want to continue to do the weapons as well, but it's looking rough right now. I'm probably gonna have to wait until they actually change the XP gain in the game because I mean, dude, a lot of these Battlefield YouTubers, I mean, beyond the fact that they love the game, they were getting paid to play it. So when you're getting paid to play it, yeah, you're gonna play it harder because you need to get the video out for your audience about how certain guns are. But that's because they're at a certain status. Me, I'm more or less trying to get fun use out of these videos and have a chill time and just do what I want to do when it comes to these YouTube videos. So I don't want to force myself to sit here and grind out some guns and then end up never wanting to touch the game again, like because I've already played it too much. I don't really want that feeling. I really do like Battlefield, but at the moment it's really rough to play and everybody knows it. Their player count has dropped off of a cliff because of the fact being that they haven't given any updates that anybody wants at a time where games are coming out hard. You got multiple games coming out this year and have come out since the release of Battlefield that have just completely overshadowed the release. They were still somehow the best-selling game of 2026, but they have the worst player retention that we've seen this entire year. And it's just one of those things where, when you want it to do well, it makes it hard. It makes it really hard to give your opinions without coming across as someone who is annoying, looking down on the game, wants it to die. Like all these places, all these things that I'm talking about are because I actually want it to do well. But I wanted love to actually know if you guys are still playing Battlefield, and if you have, what's been your experience? Like, have you guys leveled up all of the guns? Have you guys only leveled up one gun? Like I would love to know like what kind of enjoyment you're getting from this game, and where do you find your enjoyment? Because me personally, I used to find it in the flying and in the vehicle combat, but at the moment when the way that it's designed, it is rough. It's pretty rough. So I haven't been getting my enjoyment that way. I've been trying to play infantry on the ground and it's been fun, but like I said, the visibility problem makes it like you get a kill or two kills, or sometimes you'll go pop off, but you're never gonna go and get that long-winded kill streak unless you're getting really lucky or you're going against bots. I'm not gonna say that anybody's bad or anything, but man, if you're going on a deep flank in their spawn and no one's killing you, and the next three people you kill have the word bot next to them, it kind of invalidates the way that it makes you feel, and it kind of invalidates the way that you're playing because now you think you're doing well, and then the next time you try it against a real player, you don't even get 2 feet in front of the mountain that you were trying to use for cover. But I don't want to complain all the time. The game is still fun in the way that nothing else out here can scratch the itch of Battlefield. Like, if there was another game out here that could, it probably would be really, really, really bad news for Battlefield. But I will say, there is a game, which is Delta Force, that can compete with this, but even them, with the way that they do their monetization and with the way that that game is just set up and designed, it couldn't really compete with Battlefield in the first place because it's too futuristic and it's a money grab, cash grab. It's a 10 cent company. I mean, it's a 10-cent product. So you can feel the microtransactions oozing off of the front page of the game. And so a lot turns a lot of people away because a lot of the people who really, at least your main audience, man, that want to play this type of game are, beyond the fact dads, they're military individuals. Like, they're not going to want, no offense, Chinese like skins in their game. They're not gonna want, you know, Japanese skins in their game. They're not gonna want Mexican skins in their game. Like they're gonna want military skins, and that's not even American skins. They don't care for American skins in that way. What they're looking for are military outfits, dude. They're not looking for none of that futuristic fake phony shit. Like you're not gonna walk in to battle as a Chinese soldier with fucking armor on and your tac gear. You're not doing that. You're not gonna put your tactical gun vest on with the freaking like chainmail. You're not doing that. You're not gonna do that for just for the vibes, for the aesthetic. In real wartime scenarios, that's what they're asking for here from Battlefield, and they just aren't listening. And when it comes to like the balancing of a lot of things, it's like we get it, it takes time, but y'all been cooking and you guys said the game was ready and everything like this in the third. So you make this player base really, really fed up. Like even me, and I'm only really speaking from my experience here when I say this next part. I really want to play the game, but after a couple matches, it's bad, and I don't want to keep playing, and that's the problem that they need to fix. How can you get me or anybody else to continue to want to play the game? When Arc Raiders drops their expeditions, how do I go from playing an expedition to hopping on this and dying for 40 minutes straight? Like, that's not cool. That doesn't make me feel like I'm having a fun time. And how do I go from playing a game like Marathon and running up a bag and killing people and talking shit, and then going to Battlefield where all I wanted to do was calm my mind down and fly around for a little bit. But the moment I get into a plane, I'm getting beamed from a jet that's watching me spawn. It's like there's a lot of things that make you not want to play. You know, Dice needs to figure out how can they make us stay. It's not like we don't want to play. Battlefield is a very, very special place in a lot of people's hearts. It's not like they don't want to play it. But how can we put this in the rotation and not have it ruin the night? Like how can I tell my friends and my buddies, "Hey, hop on Battlefield," and not sound like a complete idiot or make them feel uncomfortable because that's not what they want to play. You know? Like it's just issues like that that I think they really gotta fix soon because it's getting to a point where we're getting to Battlefield 2042 numbers, and once we get down to those numbers, it's unrecoverable. There's not gonna be really much you can do. It's gonna suck, and it's gonna be, hey, what Battlefield could have been, right? I hope you guys can enjoy some footage that I leave you with today. I wanted to just kind of give you guys a look into my experience, what it's been like playing this damn game, and I hope that the yapping session was able to convey the points that I was trying to say. And comment below, chat with me if my points were invalid, and let me know what you guys think about the game itself. Other than that, the next video that I'm planning on making is a Arc Raiders video, and I got let me go on a little spiel a little bit at the end of the video for my friends that want to actually hear what's going on in the future. So I did end up getting Marathon, but um I'm gonna be posting videos about Marathon. And the reason why I say I am and want to is because that game really does remind me a lot about Destiny. And I really did get hooked on Destiny when I was younger. It was one of my favorite games of all time. And when I played the Marathon playtest, going through the little priority contracts, it was giving me Destiny 1 story mission vibes. And the way that they were telling the story, it captivated me. And if I'm able to get the story without having to watch YouTube videos and I'm able to actually understand what the goal is, because we're basically, trying to find out what happened to the marathon ship. If I can do all of those cool things without having to watch videos, then yeah, I am hooked. And I kind of felt myself feeling that way, so I got it. And I feel like I'm gonna have a good time with the game. You know, I was on the fence about it, but when I found out that they're basically dropping the third map um on day 2 of the game's release, I had a feeling of FOMO that I don't like. I'm just gonna be honest and say 100% what it was, and I kind of wanted to be there for the first day, and I wanted to be there on the ground floor when everybody else might not be, and when the game might actually be easier to learn. We never know. I kind of just wanted to see where things go. This game gives me Spectre Divide energy, but it's ran by Bungie, so I know that I got at least a year of support with this game. Spectre Divide shut down before I could even have my real fun with it. So I'm just interested in the IP and the company. So if you guys were to ask why would you get Marathon, you have your own personal reasons. One of mine is the fact that I like a Bungie game. I do. I genuinely do. I never got into Destiny 2 because it was too late. And I feel like with this game, once Marathon gets its stride and once Bungie stops fucking playing, they might actually have something outrageous on their hands. They might have a beast, of a video game that might actually be an unstoppable titan for the next little while. I see people talk about Arc Raiders being Fortnite and Marathon being Apex. If that's the case, I think I'm trying to be there. I at least just want to experience what the game feels like at its prime and its peak and its full. I'm gonna dive deep into it the way I did with Arc Raiders. It's just that hopefully with this time around, instead of me not making videos on it, you guys will get videos on it because that was the main issue with when it came to Arc Raiders, and even now it's like if I wanted to give content to you guys in the way that like, oh, he's a marathon or he's a Arc Raiders YouTuber, I don't really want to box myself in like that, but I do want to be someone that people come to for certain type of content, like, the games that I'm interested in. Like, prime example, I don't want to be the guy that's making gun reviews on uh guns in Battlefield, but I do want to talk about my opinions on the state of the game and on what I think could maybe help with it, or even just what my experience has been with it. I'm more or less just trying to give my experience from someone who isn't the typical MLG pro gamer and someone who isn't also a gaming degenerate. So I'm just in the middle. And a lot of people are like me out there. And I think that if I'm able to convey the words that I'm trying to say in a very concise and an effective fashion, I can get a lot of people who would agree and who would talk and maybe get some change going to the games that we actually enjoy. Because it seems like a lot of the time when we watch the guys who actually can involve or do a change, they don't say anything, and that's a problem, and I don't like that. Like, if something's bad, call it out, and if something's not and if something's good, make sure it's known that it's good. It's very simple. The rules of the universe, I would like to say, right? But other than that, guys, please comment down below. Let me know how you guys enjoyed the video today. And Kari out.